Delta-Xpress is a ready-to-use splint system for the temporary immobilization or stabilization of the ankle joint after surgery or after injuries. For indications where immobilization or stabilization of the ankle joint is required, for example, injuries of the leg such as fractures, wounds, sprains, strains, dislocations, and burn injuries. Measure the size of the leg by holding the size scale of the lower leg splint to the widest part of the lower leg, which is normally the upper part of the calf. If desired, apply a stockinette onto the limb or padding onto areas of bony prominences to avoid pressure points. Choose the correct size of the Delta-Xpress splint. Fold the splint open for easier application to the limb. You can apply the two malleoli cover pads in the angle corner of the splint or on the patient's ankles when you don't use a stockinette or padding underneath. Remove the paper from the adhesive tape from the enclosed footplate and put it on the inside of the splint with the adhesive facing down. Adjust the footplate to the splint length if needed. Check the length of the splint by holding it in the intended final position. Slide the heel in the heel hole as far as possible. In the correct final position, the space between the proximal end of the splint and the knee bend should be 2 fingers wide at minimum. This provides a functional position of 90 degrees for the ankle. If necessary, adjust the length of the splint by folding back the splint edges and then cutting off any surplus. The distal end of the splint should end at the height of the toes. Adjust as necessary. Position the Delta-Xpress splint on the limb in the described position and secure with the bandage or the hook and loop fasteners Delta-Xpress straps. In case you fix it with a bandage, start wrapping at the ankle joint, fix the ankle, and work distally around the foot. Afterwards, wrap from distal to proximal with a 50% overlap of the bandage. While wrapping, ensure that the splint is kept in the correct position. In case you fix the splint with the Delta-Xpress straps, it's recommended to use at least 4 large hook and loop straps to fix the splint securely onto the limb. Start at the proximal side of the lower leg and finish at the distal part of the lower leg. Check the tightness of all straps again and adjust as necessary. Delta-Xpress by BSM Medical.